You're a dick.
Actually clapped. Sick.
I clapped.
No, that's cap. That's cap. That's
Hello.
cap.
Fucking frosted
Hello,
man.
everyone.
These
Welcome
nuts, I
back
heard
to
it.
the Late Night
Have
Lounge
you know I clapped? I have you
podcast.
know I clapped. I
So,
literally. Do you not hear
whatever.
that? Can't.
My name's
I
Michael,
clapped.
and joining us today is Oliver,
Ligma.
Ryan,
Nah.
Jaydn,
Ligma.
and James. All right. Yep. I think we should just probably get straight into things. We're about 2 or 3 weeks post Ollie, James, Jaden's trip to Melbourne. Was it?
Yes, my friend.
How was it?
We
Was
went.
it good?
We went to the Melbourne. We went to
How-
Melbourne.
How was it? Was it good? Did it fulfill expectations?
Was
I
it
think
good?
we've got a lot to talk about. So I think what we'll do is we'll split it up. So talk about your Melbourne experience first, and then we can go into the shit show that was the Crunchyroll Expo.
No,
and then,
what are you talking about? That was a good expo. We talking about.
and then well, there were certain parts that could have gone better. We'll go into like your Melbourne trip first, and then we'll go into the Crunchyroll aspect of it, and then from there we'll go from whatever leading thoughts you want to talk about. First and foremost, though, how was it? How was Melbourne at this time of year?
I wasn't. It wasn't bad. So I believe, I don't know if I'm correct on this. It was definitely my first time being in Melbourne. And as you can hear in the background, I also believe it was Kelsi's first time in Melbourne. I think Ollie and James have been to Melbourne. Is that true?
I think
Ollie?
James has been to Melbourne.
Pretty sure James went to Melbourne.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Ollie, you been to Melbourne?
No.
Okay.
That was my
Anyway.
first time.
Oh, okay.
That
Well,
was a
anyway,
little pain in the mail.
so before we went on the trip, we all stayed up, and that was kind of hellish. Because we were all pretty much tired from the day before, and we were like, "Fuck, we want to sleep, but we shouldn't because if we miss our flight, we're fucked." So we left really early, I'd say 3 a.m. To go to the Gold Coast, and we chilled there for like 3 hours waiting for our plane. Then I don't know, 2 hours later, we arrived in Melbourne, and that was pretty exciting. First time being in a plane, however, I almost like shat myself.
Wait, that was your first time in a plane ever?
Yep.
What, you've never been in a plane beforehand?
I've been on a plane when I'm like a 2-year-old, but that's like the only time
What?
I've been on a plane.
What is that like? Being on a plane for the first time in your 20s?
Literally told Ollie, I'm like, dude, I have fucking anxiety right now. I'm afraid what the fuck this plane's gonna do. And then man's like, no, it's normal. And I'm just like, dude, I don't know, that wing's rattling a lot. Doesn't look right. And he goes like, no, bro, it's just
That's what I thought the first time I went on the
That's
plane.
aviation, dude.
Yeah,
That's
I know, but I
turbulence.
was kind
You're
of
like
worried.
30,000 feet in the air. You're gonna be experiencing a lot of fucking shaky.
Yeah, I know. No, I was just slightly worried because since that's my first thing ever, my anxiety kind of kicked in. No, but once the plane, ascended pretty high, I got pretty used to it, and I was like, oh look, I can see I don't know, fucking Brisbane. You can see all those little midgets down there, and that was pretty cool. And the experience throughout the plane wasn't too bad. I'd say like getting to Melbourne was actually like the most relaxing part.
Yeah.
Compared to our flight back. Our flight back was more chaos.
Really?
Yeah, I'll go into details about that later. And we land in Melbourne, say like 2 or an hour later. And that is when we have learned the ways of Melbourne. So, fun fact: if you go to Melbourne, the roads are shit. I'm gonna say that outright. The roads are awful. Like,
Because they've
I
got
didn't
the
think.
trams and shit like that, and
Well, not
horrible.
even like excluding trams, just being on like the roads suck. Like everyone like honks their horn like every like 10 minutes, and it's like the most like stressful thing ever because we're just in an Uber and like the Uber driver's like, oh yeah, you'll get used to that in Melbourne. And I'm like, I don't
used to that.
I don't want to get used to that, bro.
Bruh.
You kidding me? Because we were all buggered just like because we haven't slept for 24 hours and we're just trying to like cope with trying not to fall asleep while people are honking their horn every 5 minutes.
Wait, did you pull like a red eye and you spent all the time like up, and then you went straight from there to the airport, got on the flight, and then flew to Melbourne?
Yeah.
Fuck that.
So we woke up at. Oh wait, we wake up. We stayed up till 3, then we left, and then we chilled there for like an hour and a half for our flight.
Yeah.
Went on the flight, waited there for another hour and a half or 2 hours for our flight to reach Melbourne, and then we had to call an Uber up just so we can get to our hotel. So literally, we have not like fully rested in like fucking forever.
Funny enough, when you say that, that's actually what I did when I came over.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I stayed up all night and then went on the flight
Yeah,
and
but
slept on the
you're
flight.
like a fucking night owl, dude. You never even like go to sleep at all.
That's
So,
true.
I feel fucking sick when I stay up for long. Like I feel awful. I'm like, oh, my
That's 'cause
stomach
you're a
doesn't feel good.
pussy.
Yeah, no, I'm a pussy.
shut up, Ollie. Shut
You
up.
just built worse, Jen. I'm
Yeah, I
sorry, I just
know.
gotta break it to you.
It's
Very
because
built for that
I used
lifestyle.
I used to stay up late, but not anymore. Not anymore. My friend.
Ah, pussy.
But like, was the actual experience of being in Melbourne for the first time, like, how was that though? Like being in
In my eyes, I was like, wow, I'm in a place I haven't been before because in my eyes, just being in the same area sometimes is a bit boring because I like to explore. But just seeing like a new type of like area was like fascinating to me, while
Oh,
also
yeah.
trying to cope with the whole roads being fucking awful and shit. But when we arrived in like the city area of Melbourne, which our hotel was, the hotel was it was something.
Well,
So
yeah.
when
I think that's James's. I think that was James's
when
fault,
we
bro.
yeah, you know what?
I think that was James's
That's all of
fault.
our fault. To be fair, because we did book it quite kind of late. Like I'd say like a month past our trip. So
Let's
that's our
not
fault.
disclose the actual name of the hotel, but
Yeah. I'm
the
not
place
gonna
they
not
went
go-
to was
not going to discourage the
From
place because if people are
yeah.
listening and they want to go to the hotel, I'm not going to say shit. That's on
From
them
the
to decide if they want to go.
from the photos that was showed from to us, it
no,
did not look
it was
good
not a good place.
fantastic.
It was a fucking
It looks
backpackers. Their
horrible.
shit was that
I
shit
can
was
tell
awful.
you our very first customer service experience there. So we walk in, right? We're just chilling, waiting for that person in front to finish talking to the people who own the place. And then
Yeah.
there's like a guy behind us who was like, "Oh, you guys are not from here." And I'm like, "No, we're from Brisbane, bro." And he goes like, "Oh, I'm from America. I'm just flying over to experience it." And I thought that was pretty cool. Like I got to talk to him for a bit. It was really awesome.
What a
And the
fucking
guy in the
weirdo.
front goes like, "Oi, mates, can you shut up? I'm trying to talk to this guy." And I'm like, "Oh, sorry."
What?
Yeah, no.
Wait, Jen. Was this the client talking
this
to the
the
desk, or was this the actual like
the
person?
desk were telling us to be quiet so he could talk to that guy.
Really?
Oh, the
Yeah,
deck
no.
did.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my god.
Yeah, that was our very first
Were you
experience,
guys
and
even talking loudly?
we were talking. I don't think we were talking that loudly. We weren't screaming or anything.
That's so
Just
weird. What the
Yeah, I
hell?
That is
know.
very weird.
That's my like first sign of like, oh, this place is not good.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Well, and I had all my shit in the contract. So basically, I had all my bank details in there. Like I'd show I would show all of our IDs, mostly mine, and also my bank details, and making sure it's all legit. And I'm like, okay, this is typically normal. Yeah. And then he gives us our cards, and we're like, okay, yeah, that's cool. And he goes like, okay, so we got 2 queen beds, and I'm in my head, I'm like, no, we got we got bunk beds. But then I was like, oh, maybe he meant to say bunk beds. Maybe I'm just like hearing it wrong. So when we got up, there was like these fucking gigantic stairs to get up to the floors, or you could take the elevator, but we didn't really take the stairs because it was like running a marathon up those stairs sometimes. We're just lazy. But when we got to the rooms, we were expecting bunk beds, and what we all come to surprise to, it's just one big queen bed.
Wait, one big queen bed.
Yeah, and then in the photos, it had like 2 double bunk beds, and like me and James were looking at each other like, didn't we buy bunk beds? Like, I don't think we fucked that up. I'm pretty sure it's what showed us on the advertisement. So we already knew from those 2 scenarios that this place is very dodgy. I was like,
Yeah.
oh,
Oh wait, this isn't even counting what happened later.
yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Happened later.
Oh, we'll get.
Wait, do you not know?
No, I don't. I wasn't
Hey,
told what
are
happened
you
later.
talking about are you talking about the shower scene?
Yes,
Yeah, okay, well
yes.
we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that in a second.
Whatever. Before we go into that, just like
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
continue the pace of the story. I'll continue the pace of the story.
It's not that.
Okay, anyway, yeah, so we were all questioning it, and they were like, oh,
Yeah.
fuck, this is gonna be a doozy. So me and Ollie have decided to romantically share the bed for 6 days.
Cute.
Which was
I
pretty cute. Yeah, it was pretty
Yeah.
cute, not gonna lie. I did bring my Switch. I did. Yeah, me Man made my brain a mess. I'll tell you what.
What the?
He lost his virginity that night. Let me just say
Yeah,
that.
he
Alright,
officially
yeah,
has
yeah,
my
yeah.
V card.
That's why it's such a special place for Jaydn.
I actually have
Oh,
it. I have it
terrible.
framed on my room.
Oh, fuck it up.
Your fucking V card.
Anyways,
There's
yeah.
a bit of
So,
blood on it. No,
yeah.
anyway. So when we got to our rooms, we were all tired. We were like,
Yeah.
fuck, we don't want to do anything, but we're in fucking Melbourne. We have to do something.
Yeah.
So we took the guts and we were like, fuck it, let's go outside. Let's explore Melbourne. So we explored Melbourne and
Fuck,
just
it
like I
must have
said,
taken you guys a lot of guts to do that. Holy shit.
no, I was excited. I'm like, oh, yo, I can experience all this
yeah,
shit.
when
No,
you're
I'm saying that because you cunts don't go outside.
Yeah, totally. We don't touch grass.
I mean, like, when you're in a new place, I feel like you kind of have to explore on your first day. Like, it's
oh yeah, of course. Yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
You have
Because
to,
like,
you have to explore.
I don't really like want to be in an area I don't fucking know. I at least want like the general layout of where I am, just so I know
Yeah.
how to get to places. So
Yeah.
and
You
then
also wanted to go check out the local issues.
yeah.
Go-karts.
I want yeah.
What the fuck is
Pretty
this
easy.
line in there,
I
shit?
was trying to
I'm
find.
sorry. It's an addiction.
Listen, listen. I was trying to find Kabucha train station at Melbourne. Just leave me alone.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you know, I've actually found out Eshays are only exclusive to Queensland and New South Wales. They're not actually anywhere else.
Really?
Like the concert itself is actually only Queensland, New South Wales.
It's like a console exclusive, but in
I
like
don't-
country.
Fuck no.
Like it was exclusively New South Wales, but then they moved to Queensland.
Ooh.
So,
Damn, you
yeah,
guys
I
got
think it
Ishay's
was-
region
Well,
locked.
anyway,
we
What
gave
the
New South
fuck?
Wales King Toad,
Keep
so
going,
it was
keep
a
going,
fair
keep going.
trade.
Let's keep this story train going.
Yeah. So we going to QBD. It was quite big. For an era. Like when we walked into QBD, there was like fucking 7 floors, like
Was this the
or
bookstore?
6. Like this is like just a general like shopping center.
Okay.
Like there's like 6 fucking floors, and we're like, what the hell? And not only that, there were like Lego shops and like et cetera. Nothing too special. But basically, long story short, we just walked around Melbourne, got to explore how Melbourne operates, and so that was the first day, right? That's how the first day went. Second day, I think it was just mostly the same. I think we were just exploring Melbourne,
just
like
walking
just a
around
bit
and
more. Yeah, we were exploring like more joints. I don't think anything happened on the second day. Ollie, did we do anything on the second day? I can't really remember. That would have been like Thursday. It would have been Thursday.
Thursday. No, it would have been Friday. Didn't we?
Oh,
go
no,
in
it
on
would have been
Thursday?
Friday. You're right. It would have been
Because
Friday.
we went in Thursday morning. What did we do Friday? Nothing.
I think we just walked around shops
No,
again.
we spent Friday getting this asshole a wig.
That's
what we did.
Yeah, because
You didn't have his shit prepared.
Yeah, because I wasn't fully prepared with my outfit because
So we
I
spent
was
the rest
Oh,
of that
for the-
getting
for
a
the
wig.
extra
Got him a
wig.
hairbrush as well, so he actually brushes his hair,
Yeah,
and
right.
just a few like like toothpaste and shit like that as well, just because
Yeah.
to be fair, we
they
did
didn't bring it.
Yeah, we stole your toothpaste.
Yeah,
Mm.
just a couple of things
Yeah,
to get
so
ready for the
we went on a
convention.
wig hunt for like literally all Friday.
Yeah.
And then Saturday was the big day. The whole reason we actually came to Melbourne in the first place, it was Crunchyroll Expo. And
Yeah.
when we were preparing, I think we woke up pretty early. I'd say Ollie woke up at 6:30. I woke up at 7:30 just so I can just put my shit on. And Kelsi also woke up at 6:30.
For a milk.
James actually woke up later, but to be fair, his outfit was pretty simple to put on. It was like literally like a minute and he's done.
Yeah.
Yeah, so me mine was still shit. I will openly say my outfit fucking stunk, but I still didn't really care. I just wanted to go have a fun time. That was the whole point of going, is just having fun.
Yeah.
So we left, I'd say around 9:30 because Kelsi would not fucking, just leave until her makeup was done. And then we left to walk to the exhibition center, then take tram. And then when we got there, we were all excited. Then we saw the queue, like inside, and we were like,
Yeah.
"Oh, that's pretty normal. Like it's pretty big." I got to go in early because I bought the VIP pass.
How much did you spend for the VIP pass? Say it. Just fucking say it. Rip the band-aid off. Just say it. How much
Was
did
it
you
like
spend?
$300?
$290.
Fuck that. That's
Wait,
ridiculous.
did you say $190?
$390.
$290.
Oh,
$200.
yeah, okay.
$290. I mean,
So-
RTX was charging $500 for VIP back in the day. So yeah, no,
Now,
it's not that bad.
for context, the only reason why I bought that is because I'm like, first anime expo, let's treat myself, let's do it. And then yeah, I did that, and I was like all
When in
excited
Rome.
because they said like in the diagram, like they're like, oh yeah, you get extra goodies, and you get to go in early, get to meet the voice cast early. I'm like, oh, that sounds awesome. I better go do that. Yeah. So I walked in. It was already like a bit of a mess. I didn't know how to fucking get in.
Yeah.
And then I randomly found it near the weapon check system. So where you get your fucking I don't know what they're called, fucking wristband.
Yeah.
It was near weapon check, so I was already sketched out by that. I'm like, it's kind of strange
Yeah.
they put them together. That's really strange to me, but whatever. So I walked in, I showed them my thingy, they let me in, and I'm like, okay, cool, I'm in.
Thingy?
I can actually explore. And then when I walked in, I was
His
kind of
wristband.
disappointed. Like it felt like it was like Oz Comic Con. Like it didn't like feel like they put like a lot of effort for this very first
Whoa,
Crunchyroll
whoa,
Expo.
whoa, 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 whoa. Come
Listen,
on. What are you
I'm not
talking?
I'm not saying Oz Comic Con was bad. I like the whole style of it, but it just felt like I was in an Oz Comic Con again. I didn't really like that because
Oh, like it didn't have its own distinctive
no,
identity.
it didn't really have. No, it just felt like I was in a grey room with stalls. That's it.
Oh, right. Yeah.
That's all it felt to me. That's why I was
Yeah.
like, oh, this is kind
Yeah.
of disappointing. Except
It was underwhelming considering it's a massive
yeah,
corporation.
exactly.
And
Exactly. That
judging by looking at America's one, it's so fucking shit.
yeah, that's
Mm.
why I was like, oh, this feels like just a slightly bigger Oz
What-
Comic Con. That's it.
What
And
were you expecting?
I was
Like,
expecting like
other than
things
saying
in the fucking like air, like on the fucking top, like just like panels and like fucking shit everywhere, and it wasn't. Just felt like I was in a
Mm.
warehouse full of
Mhm.
stores, and I was
Oh,
like,
really?
yeah, that's all it felt like to me. And I'm like, oh well, whatever. Like that's nothing like too bad, you know. It's just
Yeah.
like
I was
visual.
expecting like like insomnia, like levels of like aesthetics.
Yeah,
Oh,
you know
I don't know
exactly.
if
Yeah,
you've seen like insomnia or something like that level of like cool shit.
like detail and shit. Yeah,
And
there's
like
just
the
nothing.
panels like were actually like like really cool and everything like
Yeah.
that. But no, it was just like Oz Comic Con, pretty under budget for some reason.
Really?
Yeah, no, it was
Yeah.
very under budget for some. Yeah, that's probably.
Yeah.
They land on their own like budget, while Crunchyroll is like a multi-millionaire company. I don't understand why they couldn't have put way more effort into it, which
Yeah.
we'll go into later.
Yeah, right.
So anyway, I was just walking through stalls. I was like, oh cool. Because I was trying to find manga for Ollie and James because we've through Melbourne we've been looking for certain types of manga and we
Yeah.
could not find it. So I was like, okay, I'll look for James because I know James really wants this box set and Bleach box set. He really fucking wants it. He would suck a dick for this this Bleach box set. Yeah, man was like literally like finding like cigarette butts. Like that's how bad it was. It was pretty funny. Like man was like scrapping for anything. Bleach box set related. So I was walking around. I was really fucking confused. I'm like, okay, where the fuck is the manga? I cannot find this shit. So I was looking around for a solid 10 minutes. I'm like, okay, I don't think they sell manga. That's kind of strange. And then it just so happened while I was just walking past the other stalls, I found it, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck? It's just right here. It was where all the other DVDs and box sets, like for DVD box sets were.
bro
I'm
was
like, oh, that's
fiending
kind of
for
a
that,
strange place to put the whole manga store, but whatever. Because with a manga store, there should be a fuck ton of it. Like I'm talking a fuck ton of manga. But there was barely any. There was like some box sets, and then like maybe like a few areas that had manga, and that's it. And I was like, oh, that's
Right.
that's a bit underwhelming, but whatever. So I was just looking around the stalls. I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. I saw a lewd jumper place, which I didn't buy one. For $120, which is worth the purchase in my eyes. And basically, I was just waiting for the boys to come in, and then that is when.
Wait, hang on. You were doing all this before anyone else actually got
Yes.
into the
Yeah,
convention.
yeah.
Oh, fuck that! What the hell?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
thought-
that's what I'm saying. Like, I was trying to find it before everyone could get that.
I
That's what I'm
didn't
saying.
realize.
Like, yeah,
Oh, that's
that's what I'm saying. Like, it was pretty hard to find shit. Like, I don't know why it was so hard to find it. There was barely anyone in there, and I could still couldn't find shit.
Yeah.
So anyway, I was just walking around the stores, looking around. I'm like, okay, this is what I might want to do. During the thing, that's where the gaming section is, where Street Fighter 6 is. That's pretty cool. I'll probably come back to that with the boys later and Kelsi. And yeah, and then
I
Yeah,
have you know, Jaydn Kelsi
yeah.
is one of the boys.
oh yeah, sorry.
She is a boy.
Yeah,
Ryan, I'll talk about that.
Anyway, yeah, so I was just waiting for the boys to come in. And that was the time when I noticed it got bigger, and I'm like, oh, okay, people must be coming in now.
Yeah.
And that's when I was just waiting for them. They eventually came in. I think they came in like half an hour, like early, like half an hour, like when they actually fully opened, which wasn't bad. I was like, oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty normal.
Yeah.
And there was like a whole bunch of shit I wanted to do. So the
Wait,
first
that's
thing I
provided
really,
six
really
there?
wanted to do was meet the voice actors because I'm a big voice actor guy, and I love meeting voice actors. It's like my personal favorite thing. So I waited in line where the VIP section is, and I will say I don't think they were prepared to how many people were gonna go meet the voice actors, because when I saw the standard line, it was long. Like I'm talking like 5 stalls like behind, like fucking like a worm, like a gigantic worm of a line of people, and I was like, oh, those people are not gonna meet the voice actors. But I got to meet one of them, which I was really excited to meet. It's the voice of Satoru Gojo and Faust. I got to meet him. I got to see his wonderful smile. I got to talk to him about Faust, and I was really fucking happy. But also fuck you. I also bought a token beforehand because I'm like, I better buy one because will probably forget, and I don't want to spend time putting money in my account just for this expo.
Yeah.
So when I got to the line, I was just talking to him. I was talking about how I love him as Faust. And he loved that I was talking about a character that no one really talked about at the entire expo. And it put a smile on my face, and I'm like, cool. Like, he at least appreciates I'm a big
Faust?
fan. He even drew a little Faust in like crayon, and he gave it to me, and I'm like, yo, that's so cool. And like, I got to like kind of shake his hand. That was really cool and all. But then like as soon as I'm about to leave, they're like, oh, that'll just be $80. And I'm like, what? Like in my head, like, oh, does this thing cost $80? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, all right, that's fine, whatever. I'll do it. I'm pretty happy.
Wait,
I'm a big,
what
big
cost? Wait, what was the thing that cost $80 though?
So you know that do you know that thing I put it on Instagram about that little drawing?
No.
Okay, so
What's that $80?
yeah, that yeah, because Crunchyroll.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Hey, the actual voice actor drew that. You shut your mouth.
That's not $80. I don't care who
You
it comes
shut your-
from. What is it?
you
That was
shut
not
your
worth
mouth.
80.
No,
Like,
a lot of money.
I know.
It's
Listen. It's not worth 80. I know it's not worth it. I'm not condemning them for that. Of course not.
Why did they charge you for that piece of shit drawing? That was.
I didn't realize. Well, the thing is, I didn't realize it was $80 before they did it. They're like, oh, it's $80, and I'm like, just put my card. I'm like, wait, $80.
Wait,
I
that
thought,
drawing was
like, I thought he just like
$80.
drew it, like not there, but like he had him just
No
pre-drawn.
fucking
They
way.
were
No, Vince,
yeah,
that drawing
they were
was
pre-drawn.
shit.
They were
I thought-
pre-drawn.
But like I thought like he gave it to you, but like
Yeah, it was
you
not
know, it was
good.
like a token of his appreciation of meeting him. But no, you paid fucking $80.
Like, I
I
sympathize
don't
that he
think it
would've
was
been like,
actually
"I'm
him. I
pumped."
think that was Crunchyroll's whole thing, because I heard that like some of the voice actors were very pissed off throughout the entire event that they had to spend more money on that kind of shit. Yeah, that was definitely not their fault. Yeah,
Anyway,
If I
so
was that voice actor, I would have just given him for free and said, "No, fuck you."
well, yeah, and that I'm pretty sure that's what he wanted, but like I think they want to earn some moolah because of I'll bring up.
Anyway,
I'll bring up in a minute. So
$80
anyway,
for that
so
piece of
I had
shit.
to wait. I had
The
to wait in
pre-drawn?
line for half
Okay.
an hour because VIP, and they had to organize both lines. Then I didn't know where the boys were, so I was like, "Fuck, okay, I
Yeah, you
better
paid
look
$80
around."
for
I
that.
found them in the food aisle, and I'm like, "Okay, cool, I'll get some food."
Fat fuck.
I don't know what the rest of you guys were doing. Do you want to like kind of shed some light?
Yeah,
on
what were you guys
Yeah. I'll bring up my side of the story a bit later.
All through James, Ollie and James, what were you guys doing while Jaydn was doing all this shit?
That was like literally it.
Holy
Well,
fuck, they agree.
People come up to me
What
saying,
the
"Hey, can I get a
hell?
photo?"
A
Hey,
lot
guy.
of
Hey,
people-
guy, can I get a
yeah, a
photo?
lot of people wanted photos with him. Yeah, it was
Dude,
really cool.
and they were like little like kids as well. I'm like, okay, this is it. I feel
Yeah.
strange.
No, I don't want to give you a
I
photo.
had one adult come up to me and say, "Hey man, you want a photo?"
Is James? James, are you on?
He's probably
What?
not. He's probably
No,
talking.
he's
fucking.
not.
I want to hear.
What? No, I'm here. I'm just listening.
Okay, yeah, I want to hear his story
was your
in a second. Yeah.
What was your experience with Crunchyroll sort of thing? At least on
This is right.
on the side.
Like early. Don't bring up the shit midway through and end.
Wait,
I'm
really?
talking
That's
about
actually
like
pretty
when you
cool.
just walked in.
Well, no, it's
really
all right.
cool.
It's just that I don't see the point in So Crunchyroll, right? They
Yeah, that
have
is a
this
little-
whole thing where it's like, oh, spend $55 to come to our convention and
Yeah,
experience our
making it funny.
thing and our like stuff that we do. And when you spend $55 to go for 2 days, you expect it to be Crunchyroll themed and have all this cool Crunchyroll stuff with big things to make it feel like it's their convention and not just a typical one you can find lying around anywhere. And there was nothing of that. The only thing that was unique there was the Crunchyroll mascot,
Oh yeah,
and that's it.
Yeah.
And she was just on a
Oh.
monitor. There wasn't even someone dressed up as her
Dude.
walking around. It was just a monitor thing.
I have some deets. For,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. So anyway, I think we all.
But anyway, wait, hold on. Sorry. Sorry. I just got one more thing. So, I just think spending $280, Jaydn took a fat L doing that,
Yeah.
and I knew that was a fat L when he said he was doing that. I'm glad I didn't do that because
You
I
were
think the
tempted.
hype got to him a
You
little
were
bit.
tempted.
I was tempted, but I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah.
I feel like destiny led to that, and I'm like, yes, get fucked. But
God
anyway,
slapped
like
you
I
behind
just
and
think
said,
it's
"Good
cringe
job,
that.
good job."
Yeah, I just think it's cringe that that whole event was just organized by just terribly, you know, and it did not feel it did feel like Crunchyroll because Crunchyroll was shit, and that's what it felt like. So,
Yeah.
but anyway, there was a
Yeah,
lot of
man,
cool
but
things here and
listen,
there.
Listen,
Say-
well, no,
But,
listen. I think we all noticed that like Crunchyroll, like after the expo, we've been noticing it's getting like shit now. I think this was like an eye opener. Like this
A
was
lot
definitely
of-
This is the first step into Crunchyroll's
Exactly.
downfall, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
this was like
But
the fall.
well, I just think it's such a thing of the past to have these massive cool events in other countries, and then when it gets brought to Australia, it's really crap.
Yeah.
Back then, it was like, oh yeah, like I can understand that, like, you know, it's all right. But nowadays, it's just unacceptable. You can't do that shit
Yeah.
anymore. It has to be perfect, like it was in America, and it wasn't. It was completely different. It's just not fun. Like, well, no, we had fun, but it just was not satisfying, in my opinion.
Well,
First of all, like Bleach is on Crunchyroll, like, you know, at least it was
don't bring
when
that up yet.
that
Don't
Crunchyroll thing
bring that up
happened,
yet.
and there was
Twitch and Crunchyroll
one
are taking
Bleach
mad
manga
right now.
there,
That's what-
one, and it was the
Yeah.
first one.
There was no.
That's
there was
it,
no
not a
box set, there
DVD,
was
nothing.
one
Oh no,
volume.
sorry, no. There wasn't even a manga there. It was the DVD. It was one DVD.
Wait, what? One? Do you mean
It had 4 episodes on it.
what?
Yeah, that was it. I'm not even joking, Jaydn. That was it.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
the bad as hell. What the fuck? Well,
I know.
anyway, I
And it's even worse that I felt shit because I looked at that and I'm like, how dare you? You don't even have the dub on the actual fucking thing that you have there, right? You don't have the dub of Bleach on your service, and you're trying to sell me 4 episodes of the first arc dubbed in like one DVD thing at your convention, and that's it. Like, bruh. And then the other things they had there, like they had some cool statues there. They
Bruh.
had Yukiora, they
That's
had
actually
Gin,
shocking.
they had Orihime, and yeah. And it was and they had Ichigo obviously, but that's just the standard figure that isn't like the really expensive ones. It's still cool, but I've already got that one.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was it. And those were just probably there because, you know, like whatever. Like I was just really frustrated that majority of Crunchyroll's thing was them promoting 2 of, like, you know, the animes, like their big ones, which is My Hero Academia and One Piece, and it's like, yeah, cool, but like your Crunchyroll, you have a whole fucking like service of anime, and you're promoting 2 of the big ones. Like, I know it's a big fan base behind it. I don't hate you for being fans of those. It's great. Like they're good. It's just, it's really sad that Crunchyroll treated that expo like it was just, you know, I don't know. It just felt like there was no passion in it. It just felt like they got a bunch of people to come there and sell their stuff, and that's cool and all. But the way they treated those people was shit, especially the artists. Some artists lost
we'll
their
bring that up in a
product.
bit. We'll bring that in a bit.
And-
We'll bring that in a bit.
But
Well,
anyway,
we're still
sorry.
in the
That's
early.
I don't mean to
we're
be
still talking
negative
about the
Nancy,
early.
but
This is the early
Yeah.
part of Crunchy.
yeah, I don't mean to be a negative Nancy. It's just we
Well-
flew all the way down to Melbourne and experienced something that was lesser than Oscar.
He was getting up to that shit.
Yeah,
He
we're
was just
getting.
building
We're
it
Oh,
up.
okay,
warming
yeah.
up to
Well,
it.
you
Yeah,
continue. I'll keep
we're
listening.
warming
I
up.
just
Don't give all the juicy
just-
details right away.
Okay.
All right, let's
Yeah,
let's
well,
pass
yeah,
on.
well,
right,
okay,
let's
but
fast forward a
Who
little bit.
cares?
So you've come into this convention and you've realized that hey, look, this is not what we were expecting
we
when
still had fun.
but the promise didn't reach the expectations, you know?
Oh no, definitely not.
Yeah.
No.
What happened?
You got this. What
Let's
happened?
keep
What? Oh,
let's
what?
well,
Oh,
yeah,
oh,
well,
you're done.
what happened throughout the rest of the day? Because
Oh,
you guys
okay.
keep bringing up this fact that like something else happened throughout the day, but what was that?
Okay, yeah. So, well, I think we should cut to the midday. So, I think that was when I was still looking for them, the boys,
Mhm.
and I actually found them in the Crunchyroll store. And I will say I wanted to go in with them, but they wouldn't let me in because they thought I was just some guy cutting the line, and I was like,
Wow.
oh, fine, whatever. I'll wait in line. I'll like maybe I want to get something in there too. And not even kidding, when I got to the end of the line, it stretched through the entire like store. So I'd say
Oh,
like that entire Crunchy like roll store, like the statue one, I think
yeah.
it consists of like 5 gigantic stalls. And I'm like,
Mm.
oh, that makes sense. You need to keep all your figurines in a nice safe area while
Yeah.
also making sure they can be directed into it nicely. So the line, right, when I tried to line up, they wouldn't even let me line up. They said the line is too big, please come back later. And I'm like, well, fuck, how am I supposed to meet them in there then? And then I'm like, fine, I'll just wait outside the exit. I'll just wait for them. And I see James with this gigantic smile on his face, holding this gigantic bleach statue that cost him a whopping $500. And
Oh, what the fuck?
and man had the biggest smile on his face. And he goes, Jaydn. I'm like, look, I got the statue. And I'm like, oh, that's cool, bro. And he
It made
goes,
him
like,
looking like Seasuke low key when he was doing that shit, like with his smile. It was so
man,
cool.
honestly, I got to see his gigantic smile, and that kind of made my day. I'm like, oh, look, he's so happy.
Oh,
Yeah.
Eating
Keysuke. I keep saying Seasuke for some reason recently. It's pissing me off. It's
It's
Keysuke.
KFC,
I'm
man.
actually retarded. I keep saying Seasuke instead of Keysuke. I'm actually gonna kill myself.
Well,
Peace,
anyway,
boys, I'm out.
I think this is also the this is when we saw like the big art wall where I noticed, which was kind of cool in my context, is they had a bunch of manga like in anime characters like on a big ass art wall, and they're all paneled or framed, I should say, and they're drawn by the actual artists. So for example, if I could say we'll say Bleach for example,
Seasuke.
it was actually drawn by Ty Cuba that says thanks Crunchyroll, and it's like framed and shit. It was like really cool. Like they had a bunch of other shit. They had Spy X
Interesting, man.
Family, they had Kaguya, they had Demon Slayer, Dragon Ball.
No, you're
They
right.
had
You're
like
right.
My Hero. They had all like these like gigantic like frame things, and that was really cool. There was also the maid cafe. I think that was also when we were waiting to get into the maid cafe because we were curious. Like, you know what? Let's try this.
Curious.
Let's try this.
Yeah,
Let's
right.
try this. Yeah, curious. Yes. Let's try this
Okay.
maid cafe. So funny enough, we actually lined up for it, like kind of eager for it, and we found out when we got to the front of the line, you were meant to make bookings. So we waited in line for half an hour to say, hey, you're supposed to make bookings. We can't let you in.
That's
Yeah, yeah, it's very cringe. So we're
You know,
like, okay,
holy
cool.
shit.
Well, I guess we're not getting a coffee with someone in a maid outfit or a butler outfit. Then whatever.
that's kind of cringe, though.
Yeah,
Anyways,
that
but
is that was
well,
massive.
anyways,
That was
yeah.
massive El Kringe. So anyway, I kind of then that was me kind of like waddling to the game section where I'm like, all right, I might want to play a few games with people. So that's when I noticed they had a bunch of games there. They had tests for Street Fighter 6. They had some JoJo. They had Guilty Gear. Yeah, they had tournaments for JoJo. No. You can walk in there. You can just go in there and
This
play a
shit
game with
sounds
someone
peak
if
cringe.
someone was playing.
That's so funny.
What the
The thing
actual
was, I was
fuck?
kind of sad. No one was playing Strive. Like, if I wanted to play Strive, no one come play with me, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of depressing. I just want to play. I just want to play some Strive. But then we went to Street Fighter 6. I did convince Ollie to at least play with me, and we got to play it. And he did whoop my ass because I was playing a character I have no idea how to play. No,
Fuck
he was
no.
just spamming buttons. I was trying to do inputs.
It's why it
Well,
was easy.
Hey,
I was
Jojo!
trying to learn
You up.
inputs. Yeah, I was
That's
trying
why
to
it's
learn
a fair
inputs.
game, because I didn't know how to play. You didn't know how to play the character, and I still kicked your ass.
That's why I told you. I'm like, dude. I was like, dude, why don't you play with me? Like, I don't know how to
Holy
play Street
fuck, there,
Fighter.
Jojo.
Yeah,
No, but
exactly.
we
I'll
got
whoop
to
your
try it,
ass.
and some guy came up to him and just gave him like a sticker, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool actually. You got some
Because I
street.
fucking kicked your ass. I deserve that sticker.
It was really embarrassing, but I'm like, whatever.
I
That's.
deserve that fucking sticker.
I was
A
like, Ollie
participation
has
trophy.
won. I won't be upset about that. Yeah, I should
Yeah,
have
lick
been.
my pussy.
should've-
I should have
that?
literally just threw a tantrum, you know.
Should have.
Yeah. And then I think that was like most of the day. Then we went to the art section because we're all curious. I think most of us walked out with a bunch of art shit because some of the artists were really, really cool. I'll tell you one of them. There was a lady. She drew Toru Adachi from Persona 4, and I didn't even spot that. James is the one who spotted it. I'm like, yeah, it's Adachi, and I'm like, where? And he goes there, and then it was really cool.
There you
So I
go.
talked to the lady,
Congratulations on
and
kicking your
I
friend's
found out
ass.
she was a big Persona fan, and I got to talk to her for 10 or 20 minutes. And it was really nice. I got to talk to someone who isn't just a typical Persona fan. And it was really, really cool. She was also a big Red Dead fan. So James and Ollie got to talk to her about Red Dead. And it was just really cool. I think she was my favorite artist there. She was just really nice. She just wanted to talk and yeah. So we didn't want to stay there for too long because people also wanted to buy their art. So we kind of fucked off just so she didn't lose her her sales, and yeah, so that was my favorite. Ollie, did you have a favorite artist that you bought
Well, I
from?
don't remember any of them.
You did buy that not Genshin. You bought that Elden Ring.
I bought an
art
Elden Ring
work.
one, and I also got Red Dead and a funny Kirby with a Link hat
Oh, James.
sleeping under a tree.
James, what did you buy, my friend? What did you buy? Tell us. Cool.
Hey, good
no,
one.
That's
that was his,
Wait
that was
a-
his
wait a minute.
choice.
Great
Wait, did someone say my name?
Some cool art, man.
Next question.
Next question.
Okay. Anyway.
Anyways.
Yeah, so basically, I think that was also the time when we were walking through the art gallery. We were trying to find like each other because we kept fucking off. But then we all, I think me and Ollie kind of stuck together while James and Kelsi kind of stuck together. So we're all kind of separated for a bit. But then once it reached almost 2 o'clock, there was one event I was so fucking excited to go to. It was the Mob Psycho premiere of episode 1 and 2, and I've been really, really excited for this new season for 3 years. It's not nothing too special like Ryan and James for Bleach, but I was pretty happy. So I went to go to the event, and it was really bad. Like the line was ridiculously big, and I don't think they would have been able to fit everyone. So I kind of just gave up. So I'm like, oh, that's that. I'm not getting in there. Which is my fault, I should say.
The
I
VIP ticket that you buy, though, surely
No.
you get priority access, though.
Nope.
Usually that's what happens at, like...
That's what it should be, but I didn't.
That's what usually happens at, like, competent conventions.
I would have been like, you know what, that $290, it fucking ripped me off. But if I got to at least watch those 2 episodes, I would have felt something. I would have felt something about that ticket that made me feel special.
Oh,
But
yeah.
no, I didn't get that. So I was upset. I kind of just like, okay, I guess I'm not watching it. I'll let other people enjoy this, and I'll just wait till it comes out on the 5th. And then I think we're all kind of bored. I think we all were like, yeah, you know what? There's nothing really here anymore. I think we should just go back to the hotel. And this is
Yeah.
where the ending
And you
happens.
paid a lot
Oh
for that
boy.
ticket too.
But before I speak
$299.
about that, Ollie or James, did you want to say anything about the anything at all?
About the fact that we left and this guy was just like bumping the best beats unimaginable. And it was like walking around like the foyer, just like bumping tunes.
That was pretty
What
funny.
a king!
That was
Probably
pretty
trying to
king.
pick everyone's spirits up from all this shit.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Like,
He kinda was.
He was
Oh,
legit
yeah,
just like playing tunes for everyone in the
that was
lines.
the guy. That was the guy when we left, and he was just playing the rumbling, like from
Yeah.
AOT, and he was like,
Some
he was just blasting the rumbling. Yeah, he was just blasting the rumbling, and I was like, yo, respect. I said to him, like, best AOT opening, bro. Yeah. It was really cool.
It's alright.
Okay, whatever.
There are better openings.
But basically, when we walked out, right, we noticed a gigantic line outside, and we're looking at it, and it was pretty big. I'd say it reached out to the entire expo. Like,
Yeah.
the area we were in, that was like one half of the expo. I'm talking like the entire expo. Like
Mm.
the entire thing, it probably reaches out to like I don't know, like 2 or 3 kilometers.
Yeah, the expo itself is about 2.5 kilometers in length, and there were people
Okay,
who
fuck,
were
yeah.
like
Yeah,
in
right.
like triple file
Yeah.
going
Yeah,
across the
and that,
entire
that
length.
also includes people inside. So the people outside and people inside. So we were
Mm.
looking at it and we were like, that's not for Crunchyroll, is it? And we were all like, no, that can't be because like we got in early, so like that's no way. I think they're waiting for another expo that might be happening.
Mm.
But I kept looking at the people and they were anime people, and I was like, oh, I don't know if this is for Crunchy or not. So basically, right when we got back to the hotel, I was just chilling on Instagram. And then Kelsi comes running up to me. She goes, Jaydn, Jaydn, Jaydn. I'm like, what? What's up? She goes, have you heard? I'm like, no. What are you talking about? She goes, like, so Crunchyroll actually like did a massive fuck up. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, you know that big line? I'm like, yeah, that was all for Crunchyroll. And I'm like, fucking what? And so we found out that while we were inside, there were at least 5,000 people outside in the cold rain just trying to get
What the
inside.
fuck?
Yeah,
5,000?
yeah, 5,000 people were
No,
trying
it
to
was
get
8,000.
inside.
It was
What?
8,000.
Was it 8,000? Oh, fuck.
8,000?
Yeah.
8,000 people showed up, and they could only do a capacity of 5,000.
What the fuck?
There was not
8,000
five.
showed
There was
up.
not
Why did they do
5,000
that?
people in there though.
No, there was not.
There was not five. There was barely.
But
There
there
was
were.
at least 1,000. It
They
wasn't like
sold they sold 8,000 tickets
Yeah.
per day,
Mm.
and when they only had to, they
That's
could only
fucked.
fit 5,000, and yeah, so there was about,
Yes, so-
and like obviously if you buy a ticket,
Yeah.
a good 90% of them are going to show up. So realistically, there was probably about 7,000 to 6,000 just
Jesus.
chilling.
Yeah,
Oh,
so basically the context
That is
was
so much
when
people.
we were finding out that like all
What
those people
the
waiting in line, we're like,
fuck?
what the fuck? So and we
Mm.
also found out when I was looking up like more details about it,
Yeah.
apparently they didn't stop selling tickets the day before the expo was actually starting. So they
Oh.
actually knew about this but didn't
Yeah.
say shit. So that was
Huh.
like, oh no, they fucked up. They're gonna have to give people like they either have to bring everyone in or they have to
Yeah.
give people refunds.
Yeah, they have to
So-
give people
Yeah,
refunds.
so this is where the story gets kind of funny, right? So basically, from all my research and info that we've all gathered together, which I will bring it up to you right now. So we have found out that people were literally waiting there for 5 hours in that gigantic line for 5 hours just to get in. And not only that, all the people who wanted to meet the voice actors and see all the VA events,
Yeah.
all the tokens that they spent early to go meet the voice actors, all the VTubers that were there, because there's like
Yeah.
3 VTubers there. I'll
Yeah,
bring
they have
that
to
up
get
in a
rid of
second.
refunds anyway.
They were all waiting to get in, and they couldn't get in because apparently they ran out of wristbands. So they said, "Oh, just come back tomorrow."
What?
Yeah,
But
so
they ran out.
Yeah,
They
they
ran
ran
out
out
of
of.
wristbands.
Yeah, they ran out of wristbands, and they wouldn't let them in. So they literally said, "Just come back tomorrow."
That's fucked.
Yes,
Re-
and then not only that, I also found out through more info that apparently it was organized very badly. So apparently people when they volunteered, a lot of them didn't even get a single break. So basically they were there till 10 to 6 with no
Oh,
break.
That's
Yeah.
volunteer work as
And
well.
not only that, I've also heard that they kept getting verbally abused because they just wanted to get in. So the volunteers just kept getting like yelled at and saying like, "Fix the line, let us in." So like they were trying to keep it under control, but all those people were pissed off, so they just wanted to get in. So
Well,
that
fuck.
was genuinely nuts, and we were like, "Oh no, this is really bad. Like they have to give people refunds. This is not okay." So. I'm actually grabbing. Like, give me a second. I'm grabbing
Okay,
all
good.
that.
It really just does go to show you what happens when you fuck up in an event this big. But you'd think they wouldn't do it, considering that this is like Crunchyroll. These are the same people that hold like one of the biggest events, like one of the biggest pop culture conventions every year. Like hold it
Well,
every year.
Well, the funny thing is that also I found out that half the people who do the Madfest, which is do you know what Madfest is, Michael? I think it was the anime expert before Crunchy. Yeah. So there was
I
actually.
went to like 2 of those. They were actually pretty good.
Apparently some of the people were actually part of that, and for some reason they still fucked that up. I don't know how that's even possible. There's a lot of
That
people
sucks.
from Madfest that came to Crunchy, and it fucking fell down like deaf ears. It was really really bad, and like you should have seen Instagram. Like if you go onto Crunchyroll Expo, like
Yeah.
Oz, and you go to the comment section, oh my god, it's like someone released a nuclear bomb. It's just fucking cursing and just like are you gonna even bring up what happened last night? Like today? It was genuinely nuts. And
Well, imagine. Here's the thing, though, is that you guys were probably lucky that you even made it in. Imagine
oh
if
no,
you
yeah.
imagine if you had flown from Adelaide or Perth or Melbourne or Sydney or not Melbourne or Brisbane or Sydney, just to be told, oh yeah, come back tomorrow, and you only bought a Saturday ticket. That's actually fucked. That's
Yeah.
proper fucked.
So I found out they actually did give refunds, but basically if you only get that that 1 day discount, that one day refund, for example, if you wanted a refund. So that didn't even count me. So yeah,
That's
so I didn't go the second day because I was like, oh no, it's probably an awful idea if we go there because the first day lineup was shit. I can get in early, but the boys can't, and I don't want them to go through that. That's fucked up of me to even consider that. So
Yeah.
I was like, I will just take my half refund. I'm fine. I'll take my half refund. I had my day.
Yeah, that's fucked.
They need to give full
So
refunds.
here's the kicker, right? Before I explain all the bad things about the whole expo, I have them right in my hand. I'm gonna tell you, I got a refund of $30.
Wait, $30?
Yep,
No fucking
And you paid how much?
way.
290.
Fuck them. Fuck
Yep.
Crunchyroll. That's
Because
ridiculous.
yeah, so I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I got fucked. Oh yeah, no one's
No.
going next year.
No way.
Oh no, there's no fucking way because especially after all the people who flew like we did.
Oh,
just to
yeah.
come to
Nah,
this, yeah.
a blunder
I heard
like
someone
that,
flew
they
from the
should give no less
States
than a full
to cover
refund.
this
That's
expo.
insane.
No fucking way.
Yeah,
There's
someone
no
flew.
fucking-
Yeah, and I heard they couldn't get in. Yeah, that's not a surprise to me, but
Yeah.
That's-
anyway, so
oh
I
my
had the
God.
entire list of the bad things. This is like the short version.
Right, so
Holy
I think what we'll do is we'll go
shit.
this. You wanna just go through the list?
Bro,
And
nobody's going to
just
the
go
Crunchyroll
through it
Expo, that's
and
for
just
sure.
knock it out one by one by one by one by one.
I will. I'm not
Holy
gonna drag them. I'm
fuck.
gonna just
Yeah.
nail it out of the park. So okay. So we got line times were apparently 6 hours long.
Oh,
Apparently was overbooked for months, but didn't stop sales until the day before it was happening.
That's not a surprise. That's not a surprise.
So
That's
they sold
I can
8,000
imagine a
tickets
few
a
people
day, and the
probably
capacity
flew
per
from,
day is
other
5,000
countries, you know?
max.
didn't Tana Mojo do the same thing?
I think so.
If you-
Yeah.
Yeah, on a much bigger scale. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh fuck! I forgot about that. Okay, so next one is closing the door and people without wristbands couldn't get in.
Yep.
So funny enough, apparently people were being wheeled out on stretchers.
Oh no! Seriously?
So apparently
Someone get bitten.
someone collapsed from dehydration during that line, and they had to call the ambulance.
Oh fuck!
Apparently
Which is insane.
the decibel levels inside were not within the legal limit. Apparently, it was hitting 85 decibels.
It was less
Right.
fucking there.
Yeah,
not
on a
gonna
bigger
lie.
scale,
Okay.
pretty much.
Yeah. Okay.
Apparently, there was a lack of communication to the volunteers. So basically, the supervisors were not telling the volunteers what is going on and what to do. Apparently, apparently people are risking their health in line. Apparently,
Right. What does that mean?
I think if people had like a health
Jesus
condition.
Christ.
Oh fuck! Yeah. Okay. Right. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Apparently, still selling,
Like they were doing
still
the
selling
best,
tickets
like,
despite it being sold out.
Ugh,
Apparently, it's
yeah.
booked out for months. Yet, like closed sales. Okay, I don't know why they recapped that. They're not
Yeah.
They wouldn't let exhibitionists in.
Mm.
People who had wristbands sometimes had to queue in again. People interstate were not being compensated, which apparently not being they weren't allowed. People weren't allowed
Like
to
that
take
means
certain
that
mobility aids.
people like being in line was
Oh,
was a
wait,
risk to
like
their health.
going like
Why?
walking like actual moving shit.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Apparently, this is the kicker.
This is
You
just
ready?
like what
Disabled
moving
people
is.
were not prioritizing queue.
Oh God! What the fuck? God.
They're evil.
What?
Insane.
What?
That's crazy.
Mustache
Crazy.
Wow.
Waluigi
Wow.
twirling.
Wow.
I know, that's so fucked up.
They're
So
lucky
apparently,
they didn't get shut down. Holy shit.
ticket holders were apparently being forced to wait in the cold and rain. Ticket holders missed out on a lot of the screenings and
Holy
performances.
fuck.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Bro, Crunchyroll are evil.
But that's the thing, though,
Crunchyroll are
Ryan. You can't
actually
really,
evil.
because Crunchyroll's the only like way to
This
actually
is
watch
some
anime.
mustache twirling
It's a
shit.
big
What
fuck
the
you.
fuck?
Legally.
Yeah.
Legally.
Yeah, legally. Ticket holders.
Oh my
signing
god, that
tokens were being
fucking expo is a
overpriced.
human rights violation.
victim.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
People missing out on signings when they paid for it.
Mm.
Apparently, Inside didn't seem to be full capacity, which we talked about. Oh, here's a
Yeah.
big kicker. Someone got bidden in line.
Look, I'll tell you what. Usually
What?
I'm not one
Like,
to
Someone
like
got
boycott
before. Someone got
like
apparently
company
someone
or
got bitten.
service,
And I
like
think it might have been a
usually,
fairy.
but this makes me not
Oh,
like want to
well,
cancel
I mean,
my
typical.
Crunchyroll subscription.
Yeah, we did
So
we did
funny.
joke about that.
I'm
But
surprised. I'm surprised. It's
someone
only
must have
one.
been someone must have
I
been
know,
so
that's
pissed
why-
off.
that's
They
why
went
it's
to
so
some
fucking
random
dumb.
guy in line
does
just bitten him.
that? Who does that?
Some autistic fan. I don't know.
Some like FNAF guy.
I'm
He's like,
angry.
"Biting
I'm
someone."
angry because I'm not getting to meet my favorite anime creator. I'm gonna go fucking bite someone.
Yeah. Maybe they'll let me in line if I bite someone.
Bro, that's someone
Yeah.
who's like alpha male trying to
Oh.
get out of the matrix, type shit.
Oh,
He's
are
trying to
you
get out of the
are you
Matrix.
are you ready for this? So this is
Telling
the
you
most
everybody.
this is the most funny enough. Like this was so fucking funny because I was gonna buy something from the Crunchyroll
Okay,
store,
hang on.
right?
Wait.
Yeah,
Sorry. How many more things do you have on that list?
one more.
Okay,
Last one,
okay.
last.
This is the
Alright.
worst one.
This is the
Alright.
worst one.
Furries, bro.
I think Ollie knows this one. So, for context, remember I bought that manga store and like
Yeah.
the DVD store.
Yeah, the DVD
So
set.
I was going to buy something, but
Yeah.
I was like, nah, it's too expensive. I'd rather buy
Yeah,
like
that's
artwork
the way
or,
to
like,
rebel. That's the
other
way to
shit,
rebel.
right?
The
I can just get the
bite.
shit anywhere else. So
Yeah.
apparently, get this right.
Trying to
Maggots
get out of the matrix.
were found inside sealed official Crunchyroll merch.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
Maggot.
apparently where the area they were in, apparently there were maggots there. They didn't know about it. So basically they were like kind of squirming around on the merchandise.
Oh.
Oh, that
What the
sounds
hell?
tasty.
Hakuna Matata, my friends.
That I don't even know how to respond to that. At a
I
certain-
just don't get how that like. How does that
You don't.
biologically happen? Like maggots on clothes.
Wouldn't they check like before they get everything ready? Wouldn't they like get
Oh.
like pest
Surely
pest
at a
people
cer-
if they come in?
at a certain point, surely
does
you're
that
just like,
even
all right, let's just close
happen,
this thing
man?
down. Like this isn't working. Nothing's going right. Let's just close.
And that's what I'm saying. That is probably why they overpriced me on those fucking
Ugh.
VA things. They need to make
That's
some
fucking
money
gross.
back.
Oz Comic Con, we love you. And
Yeah.
never,
Oh
never
no,
fucking
this
to
is
that
a
fucking
this is
level.
a big opener. I was
Never
like, you know what?
to that level.
This is like Oscar goes 5 times better than Crunchyroll.
Yeah.
Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
And they
only-
treated
They
us
actually,
so much
treat, they actually
better.
treated their guests right.
Yeah.
They treated the creators
what I'm
like
wondering.
decently, which was very nice of them.
I wouldn't classify us as creators though. Just
Yeah,
Oh,
so,
we're
so
creators.
basically,
We're creators.
I'm gonna classify us.
yeah, so that was the Crunchyroll experience.
they
so
were
like I
down
said,
bad
we didn't
for
go on
money. They
Sunday
needed
because we were
to-
like,
they
fuck
needed to
that.
fucking
We're
break
definitely
their
not going on
losses.
Sunday after all that shit that went down.
Mm.
And shame that Kelsi isn't here. She had more deets. I can probably summarize it. So apparently she was actually texting someone who was in the line because I don't know why she does that, but whatever.
She just made a friend in line. Yeah, okay.
Well, no. She found one of the people who were waiting in line on Instagram because it was one of the Crunchyroll comments, and then she was just talking to him about it because she was very curious. So I found out that on Sunday they were all gonna
They
go
treated us
really
like
early,
some, which was
just
like
so they
yeah.
can get in. And apparently everyone was gonna go do that. So I was like,
Oh.
oh fuck that! I'm like, there's no point for us to go in early then, because even if we did go, it'd be fucking chonkers to get in. Like there's no
Yeah.
fucking way we'll get in.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, we gave up that, and that was our Crunchyroll experience. Yeah. So I like to point out, guys, we flew to Melbourne for this. This was
I
why we
can't
came to Melbourne. We flew to Melbourne for this. We didn't fly from Melbourne to have fun in Melbourne. We flew for this.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. So that was our Crunchyroll Expo experience. And
oh wow.
I think the big kicker is like the advertisement for it was like it was very, I should say, like it was very unprepared. Like as soon as
Yeah.
they said it in March, we didn't get any details until like August, so like a month before. And I'm like, this is kind of
Mm.
strange. Why the fuck are they giving us details now?
What an
They should be giving it
experience.
to us a bit earlier.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
and
we didn't
I
get
could
the map of the layout of the Crunchyroll until like the day before. We're like, bruh.
they honestly they should have delayed it if
Yeah.
anything, like because.
Uh,
It
we've-
would have been annoying, but like if they knew it was that bad, like they would have like 2 months in advance.
I
But
mean,
okay,
it's a lesson. It's a lesson in. We know this shit. People aren't going to just cancel it. They're not going to delay it because they want the money. It's what happened with Cyberpunk. It's what's happened with this. It's what happened with a million other projects that's happened in the last 12 months.
Well,
It's because
yeah,
yeah, but
yeah, I was gonna say,
but
yeah.
also
Yeah,
do
they're
remember
getting
though,
death
that
threats for
look,
fuck's sakes.
it
Like,
was
I just
delayed for
release it.
Nah, you still gotta well their whole
If I'm receiving death threats from my fan base because I'm not releasing a game, I'd be pretty fucking terrified. Not gonna lie.
But why are you
I'd
letting
be in
that
crunch
one
mode.
side of the fan base indicate? Okay, well, it doesn't matter. That's a separate thing.
Yeah.
Whatever. It doesn't matter. What I'm trying to say is that this is a thing that's happened time and time again. It's not the first time, and it's not going to be the last time. That's going to be the next
In
convention to
Cyberpunk's
do it.
defense, I do think it is because
And
of community.
yeah, it's a shame.
No one's gonna buy it.
At least
No one's gonna buy it.
At least you guys
Yeah.
got in. That's all I'm
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, if they did not get in, I would genuinely be upset. I'd be like, "Fuck! I made these people come to Melbourne for
Mm.
this."
Oh, yeah.
I'd feel miserable. I think I would be like, I don't deserve to be your friend right now. Like, holy fuck! I made you come to this thing.
Well,
Yeah.
at that point,
in.
it's like a human
That's
rights
shit,
concern, you know.
honestly.
Yeah,
I
more
don't
than
know.
anything else.
Yeah, so yeah, that was our Crunchyroll experience.
What was
I'm just confused on how some people who have prior like convention experience, like convention creating
Yeah,
experience,
that's
That's
can't
the
make a
thing,
fucking
right?
convention.
Like, it's so strange. I never heard of an expo being this shit, and we went to it. We went to a convention that's fucking awful. It was so bad, and the thing is, its reputation is really good. I don't know why. I don't know why it sucks so badly. Not only that, so with the VTubers, right, which I brought up a while ago, I thought they were pre-recordings because I was like, oh, they're probably pre-recording some VTubers because there's a big fan base of VTubers. I found out, right, these were actual people behind the booth doing the VTubing things.
That's what a
They had the real
VTuber is.
VTubers there.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
basically, and the
because they were
funny thing is,
talking.
no one was talking to them. They were
What? Yeah,
so
'cause-
no one was
Yeah,
talking
because
to them.
all the weirdos who are VTubers would have come a bit
Were
later.
out in the line. They were all
Yeah.
in the line.
Oh my
So
god.
they were like, "Why is no one talking?" Like they kept saying that, and I didn't realize that. I would have actually just
Yeah,
been like,
they were
"Oh,
just talking to each other at that point. It was
yeah."
kind of sad to watch. I was just watching like three virtual people talk to each other instead of the fans. It was kind of funny.
I feel really bad now. Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah, I know. It's like the most cruelest thing ever. They had to sit there for 8 hours doing that. For 8 hours.
Yeah.
No one to talk to.
I can't. That's so sad, bro.
Yeah, and I also found out that the most of the artwork, so all the artwork from Crunchyroll had to be delivered to them first, so they can put it onto their fucking thing.
Yeah.
So I found out, right, some of their artwork was lost through packaging.
What did
Yeah.
what? Okay, what went right during this production?
Nothing.
Nothing went right at all in this production, dude.
What went right was that they had some pretty bomb statues. That was about it.
No,
Fair.
I will say I think the fans are top notch on their cosplays. That's a big highlight.
Dude,
Like,
some of the cosplay was so impressive.
like
I'm not even gonna
there was
lie.
dude, Ryan, there was a really good Chainsaw Man one, like Denji, like he had, yeah, like it was really good. It was to promote the new Chainsaw Man anime, which is coming out in 8 days. But still, it was really cool to see that. It was really awesome to see like the community with the cosplaying was alright. It wasn't too bad. I heard James had a really bad experience with Bleach. I don't know if he's still on. Hey James, do you want to talk about your experience with Bleach? That Bleach guy, the 3 Bleach guys?
Nah.
I mean, only one of
More
them was bad.
experience.
The other
I feel
ones
like
were
you
good.
can't
I
go to a
remember him
convention,
just
though, and not see a
ranting
good
in the
cosplay.
Only
hotel.
one of them. Well, only one of them was bad.
No, I didn't get to meet him. It was
Yeah,
just
I
Kelsi
saw it, I
said that
saw
there
it.
was a
You
guy
put it in the
dressed as
chat.
Kenpachi and he was telling everyone to F off and stuff. Yeah, so someone came up to him, apparently like multiple people, they're like, oh, nice costume, that's cool. And he'd be like, F, like, fuck off. And it's like, oh, okay. Yeah, just out of the blue. Yeah, well, apparently Kelsi met him, but I didn't see him as we were walking around, so he probably left early, which is good. Yeah, the Kenpachi guy. Person. Yeah, I don't think he wanted to be there, to be honest. It's either that or he was hard role-playing his character.
Well, no, Ryan,
But then again, Kenpachi
he was
isn't like
probably in
that.
that line. You don't know.
Oh, he was a fucking
No.
dick.
Yeah, but he was like, but it was weird because Kelsi was hanging out with the Eisen guy, and the Eisen guy's like, yeah, that's weird. Like, do not go near
Why
him.
would you cosplay and
But
say
anyway,
that
yeah,
shit
he
to
was
someone,
really,
bro?
really like, yeah, just
I don't really
grumpy.
know, because if you're saying he's telling people to fuck off and he's just grumpy throughout the
What
entire
kind of
thing, I
attention
don't
do you
think you'd play it for
expect?
that long. I
You
feel
know,
like if someone was appreciating your outfit, you'd be like, oh, thanks, bro, and then you'd go back into playing your character, like,
Yeah,
I'm
go.
this edgy guy,
Yeah.
yeah, whatever.
You know what? You know
So,
what? Actually,
Like, literally kill
wait,
yourself.
wait,
I
wait,
guess
wait,
to sort of
wait,
put
wait,
a bow on it.
Wait, no, James.
I guess to put a bow on it. How would you describe your trip to Melbourne? How would you describe it?
I'll quickly summarize the
Yeah.
ending of Melbourne.
Yeah.
I think we all learned something special about one another on this trip, especially how well Ollie fucks. Yeah. well, I should say that
Right.
the
Yeah, you're
boys
probably right.
they all were lost in Melbourne. I was the only one who remembered the layout of
Okay,
Melbourne.
yeah,
They-
fucking
they-
Jew. This man just like plays
Thanks, go fuck
GeoGuessr on the
yourself.
side. I swear to God, he just remembers everything.
Yeah, like fucking like I have a lovely photo memory when it comes to like roads and shit, and like I trick like the boys. I'm like, hey, do you guys know how to go home? And they're like, I think you go like left, right. I'm like, no, you do not go left.
Amazing.
You go straight. And like, oh, okay,
Legendary.
cool. And then I'm like, cool. I guess
Awesome.
I'm directing them back to the
Yeah, we
hotel.
just had a
I
personal
had
GPS.
to do
It was
that.
great.
I'm not even joking. I don't know how many times actually, but it was more than 20. Definitely more than 20 times.
It was
So-
great. We had a personal GPS.
What the fuck?
Didn't even have to put him on payroll. He was just doing it for us
That
for
is
free.
true. Well, anyway, I should say that all we really did was go to the manga shops throughout our trip, just get more manga.
Yeah.
Ollie. Oh, yeah.
What was the best
Yeah,
part?
we haven't even brought it up. No, that'll go to
Michael's in
the
for a
end, my
treat.
friend.
Yeah, my friend, I forgot about the end. Okay, so I think this was the day, like the last day of
It
Melbourne.
was the last night we were there.
Yeah, so yeah. I know. So basically, I went downstairs to go get something from the vending machine because we just got back from like a long walk, like every day in Melbourne, and I was pretty buggered. I'm like, I need like coffee or something. So I went downstairs to go grab something, and I come back up. I found out that James was in the
No,
shower.
but
And I'm
you
like,
guys
oh,
haven't
okay,
even
I
talked about
guess
the
like
best
they're
part of the
waiting for
Melbourne
them.
trip
So I
yet.
see them on the wall, like just like sitting on the carpet, and I'm like looking at them. I'm like, what are you guys doing on the floor? And they're like,
Wait,
shut up,
hang on.
just
Wait, hang on. So who was sitting on the floor?
Ollie and Kelsi.
Okay, right.
Yeah, I
And,
said James was like in the shower.
okay. Yep.
What a legendary
Yeah,
way to wrap up.
So I thought they were just waiting for him or
Yeah.
something. So I'm like, oh, that's kind of strange. You could just wait in your room. What the fuck are you doing? And then they're like, shut up, just shut up. I'm like, what? Like, what the fuck? You guys being assholes all of a sudden? I'm like, no, shut up, just shut the fuck up. Listen. And I'm like, what? Just listen. I'm like, okay. So I sat down and I hear
What?
like in the next toilet, and then
Yeah.
I'm like, what's he doing? What's he doing?
No.
And then and basically Ollie and Kelsi were laughing their shit off, and I instantly clicked it. I'm like, oh, he's
That's
not.
disgusting.
Yeah,
That's
so while the
fucking
showers,
gross.
you hear the water dripping from the shower. You hear,
Holy shit. Oh,
they lost their fucking shit. Kelsi was trying so hard not to laugh. She had to bite into an apple. She was like,
fuck. So nasty.
So who anybody puts their feet near the drain, they're gonna have cum near it.
Oh god.
I only had a Melbourne backpackers,
disgusting.
man.
Holy
Holy fuck.
Was it? Wait, I think it was our neighbor too, Ollie. I think it was that guy smoking the.
This is a fucking
Fucking
hippie that
godly.
hotboxes his room.
Oh well.
That was our neighbor. That was our neighbor. Really.
Perfect way to end. Perfect way to end the Melbourne trip. End it.
Holy fuck!
How the fuck are you
That's
gonna
so-
fucking
Yeah,
masturbate
a fucking
in a shared
druggo jerking
bathroom,
it out in the
bro?
shower. What a lovely.
How
Oh.
the fuck you?
I should have helped him out. I should have helped him out. Like, bro, you did.
Vote for him. I wanted to be like, hey, you go, guy.
How down bad you
Yeah.
gotta
Do
be?
you want me
Holy
do you a
fuck.
solid and just jerk you off?
I wouldn't offer
feel like-
that.
I feel like that's a
Fucking
perfect
yeah, there,
way.
Beats.
I feel like that's the perfect way to end this Melbourne shit trip. I feel. Just
My
like
man was just
that's-
tugging
So
one
your
in the
hot box-
Yeah,
shower.
so
Neighbor was
basically,
fucking tugging one
I
out
just
in the
say like that
shower.
night we just watched some Big Les, and then the next morning we woke up, got ready to pack up everything. We had to talk to the hotel manager again, and he looked at me funny, and I'm just like, I don't know why you're looking at me funny, bro. We're literally leaving.
You brought your towel down, you weirdo. You told us
Yeah,
to bring it down. I'm
because
like,
I
oh,
thought you were
okay.
supposed to bring towels down. Because I saw people previously just bring their towels. So we had towels, right? And I thought it was like just you had to bring your towels down once you're done, like with your entire hotel, and put it in the towel like section. There's like a big towel section.
Yeah.
And then the guy gets up at me like, "Oh yeah, you don't put your towels like you don't have to put your towels there."
You didn't
Like,
get
we
up
do
here. You
it.
just said, hey, you don't bring your towels down. It says around. And I was like, Jane, I fucking told you.
Because I was like, I saw people do it, so I was like, oh, I guess we have to do it.
It's probably because they went down to wash their towel, man.
They jumped off a
down
bridge.
there.
Because they were
You
using
jump off a
for
bridge
Wow.
too, huh?
Yeah, true. I probably would. Probably would.
The
No
thing,
cap.
yeah.
True.
You gotta go back upstairs and grab your fucking towel.
Yeah.
Grab your
That's true.
fucking towel.
I was just wanting to be a nice man. I'm like, I'll save them the trouble of grabbing a towel. There you go.
So funny. Okay. Okay. Before we wrap up the Melbourne thing, is there anything you guys like want to add on the bow tie to it before
I
we
need a
drop?
piss.
Okay, that's fantastic.
That's true. All I had to piss along the truth.
Mm.
No, mister. No, you are the one with the weak bladder. I have,
That's
you know,
true.
I swear to God, every time we
To
were
be
walking, every
fair-
10
to be
minutes,
fair,
I was like, oh,
Think
man,
about
on the
this, Jay,
toilet,
think about
man.
this,
I was
Jay.
like,
If
oh,
you
To be
didn't bring
fair,
the towel
I
down,
drank
what are they
like a
gonna do?
liter and a half of water.
you're
to
worse
be
than
fair.
Kelsi.
I have a.
Get your
okay.
fucking towel. Bring it back down,
Speaking
bitch.
of, I'm
Pussy
gonna
bitch.
move
Yeah,
this
so
along.
I'll say, long story short, we got on a plane, we went back home, and that was our beautiful Melbourne
Yeah,
trip.
I read the fuck out of
end.
Ruby. It's a great,
And
still a
out
great
of-
manga.
out
I
of
read the
10
fuck out of Kaguya. The end.
Out of 10, what would you rate it?
A fucking
Eight.
no.
never
Such
go
a
jack one off
such a
in the
great
shower.
manga. I would rate it 10, but
No,
I
think
I
he was
don't
talking
have
about
a
the
lot
trip.
compared to.
Trip, you
I
fucking-
thought he's talking about.
Okay, yeah, I give it a Ruby manga out of 10. That's how good it was.
So an 8 out of 10.
No, it's a Ruby manga out of 10. Yeah, it's great.
I mean, I was happy to buy Xenoblade Chronicles while in Melbourne, but that's yeah, whatever. Anyway,
I- Yeah. I'll talk about the production next time we record the podcast.
Nah, yeah,
which
that
will
would have
be
been
in 2
pretty
weeks.
sketchy in the
Okay,
moment.
so I have
Right.
time.
nice.
Well, if we do it weekly, we don't have any fucking ideas.
Fucking
So
Oxley BP.
By the way,
you've got it.
yeah, I don't mind 2 weeks. It's just like
I think I like.
Honestly, though, it does
I
low
think
key
I
make
would
too
be
much
decent,
sense that
to
it
be
happened
honest.
there of all places. Like, I'm not even gonna care.
It do be true.
You're done.
Okay.
You're done.
what?
Ole.
What do you mean
Speak.
speak? What am I meant to say something now?
Yeah, but do.
Speak. Speak.
Okay. I think we're. Is there anything else anyone else wants to talk about, and then we can
My
just close it
pussy
for tonight?
stinks.
Anything else?
My name's Jeff. So no.
Okay. All right. I guess we'll just close down here. Okay. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much,
Yeah, I'm
everyone, for
actually
listening
okay
to this
with doing
episode of
it
Late
too.
Night Lunch
Bi-weekly.
podcast.
Bi-weekly's good.
Yeah,
Fuck
any
you
of
guys.
you users who listen to
I
this
will-
shit, or probably will never listen to this
if you're
because this
listening
nigga like
eventually.
never upload shit, like straight up.
I will upload this one.
What about the
I
other
will.
ones? Why aren't you
I will.
uploading them, bitch boy? They were good, especially the one that I was in.
You upload.
You gotta upload them recordings, bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, that's kind of fucked up, but you're not bringing the ones that
know,
Ollie are
what the
in.
shit?
Well, okay. I've talked.
Got a vendetta against me. The ones that I feature and don't get uploaded, I see how it is.
I've talked about why because
I
you
hate
know what
every
happened.
single.
It was a
He's
good
a cunt.
fucking episode,
Single
loser.
fucking
I'll
one
kill
of
Because
you.
you're racially motivated.
I'll actually murder you.
Wow.
Upload that shit. Upload all the recordings.
All right, you know what? I'm not taking that, just brother. You
Fuck
take
you.
that back right now.
Upload them. Pussy. You won't do
All right,
it.
bet.
Even Jordan today was like, hey,
you
you're
suck.
gonna upload anything? And I was like, yeah, I'm waiting for my
Pizza
fucking
boy.
editor to do that shit, eh? It's taken like 4 years to upload one episode.
How many years fucking upload?
Fuck
Oh.
you, Ryan.
You got something against Ollie,
I
Michael?
don't have a PC,
Oh.
bro.
Well,
Bro, to me, I'd have that shit uploaded in like a day. I'll
Yeah,
box
'cause
this
always
cunt.
up.
I'll
Besides
box this
show
cunt. I
up
swear to
every
God,
week.
I'll kickbox you to just see you upload those fucking
All right,
episodes.
boys. Black Ops 2, Black
I
Ops
will
2
1v1
match.
this
Black Ops 2,
asshole,
sort
and
it
then
out right there.
you know,
Sniper.
We're gonna stop
Sniper.
this
I will
Black Ops
1v1 your
Matt,
ass.
and
I
you're gonna-
swear to
and you're
fucking
gonna
God.
die. All right.
All disputes shall be settled in Black Ops 2.
Thank you for listening to this episode.
Any game.
Office, we're playing BO.
4 years.
No, I'm playing Destiny.
4
Not be-
years.
I'm actually playing a game that requires skill.
Yeah.
I like how he's just cutting out.
Ah, no,
Actual
you don't know
pussy.
what to say, huh?
Cutting out. You just cut
Yeah,
out, bitch.
shut up, bitch.
I'll box him first. I'll box him first.
What's up? Episode Late Night Lounge.
Upload. You better
fuck
upload this one, I swear to God. You better upload.
Yes, this.
Seriously, why didn't you upload
if
the
you-
other ones? I actually want to know an answer live on podcast.
Yeah, no
Jesus,
offense,
man.
Michael. If it's
No,
in BO2,
upload it. Is it just laziness?
I mean,
You
if
just can't
it's
be
in
bothered
any
editing?
content role, but you know.
No, I'm gonna
What about the other
upload this
ones?
episode.
Yes, my friend.
The other ones,
bro's
the other
playing a
ones are
good
just as
game.
good, if not better.
Don't know if you've heard of it.
Upload them. Especially the ones without face cam in it. Like, I want to see your beautiful faces on YouTube. I need to see this. I do. You're not even in it. Why do you
My
care?
beautiful, sexy, smashy face.
I'm talking about like the
No,
ones
no.
that do live with the
No.
camera, man.
We do live.
We
I'll
do it
fuck it
live.
up.
Okay, we do it
Yeah.
live.
Expect next week's one to be live. Oh, not next week's.
Next
The
Next week.
one in 2 weeks time.
I'm gonna
Okay.
strangle your neck week.
Thank you very much for listening to this episode, the Late Night Lounge Limited, podcast, I guess. If you want to listen to us, Nick, where are we, Nick?
13662506.
Where are we?
On planet Earth, man.
Huh?
In the universe, Milky Way.
Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and we also have a WhatsApp.
Yeah, follow us on
and-
Instagram and Twitter if you want
yeah.
updates. You can listen to us on YouTube,
Craig doesn't
Twitter,
record videos, does he?
whatever. It's late. I'm tired. Yeah. Okay. We'll talk to you guys later. Say goodbye.
See you later, everybody.
See you guys. Bye.